the honor of having quit the orange store almost a full year ago, here are the top 5 moments that altered my brain chemistry while working there. I really loved constant feedback on dress code, and especially dress code on thicker bodies, and how we needed to find ways to have appropriate and flattering clothing when you're not a size 2. That essentially boils down to getting told that my pants were too tight and my ass looked too big. I got a big ass. The next moment that really altered my brain chemistry was when I reported that a manager of mine that had been terminated was threatening me and my personal safety, and I alerted my upper management to that, and they told me that I was being dramatic. A really awesome time in my life was being an acting store manager for 7 months, training a brand new manager to go to another store who then became acting store manager there. And they were rewarded with store manager Christmas bonus, and I wasn't. I remember when I started gaining a following on Instagram and TikTok, I was told that influencing wasn't allowed, but then they tried to ask me to utilize my following to try to recruit. I really think that the last thing that I want to talk about is just the fact that my final pay took 32 days to get to me. 32 days. So we all know I worked at the orange store for 9 years. Based off of my video that I posted just recently, people keep asking me questions about it. I think the overarching question I got first and foremost was, how did I work there so long? I really believed that there was a culture that cared for employees and valued their unique difference in perspectives. And I thought that if I played the game long enough, the game would work out for me. I think the next question I got was what finally made me leave. And honestly, I just felt so much defeat because I had put in so much hard work, so much time and so much energy. And it kind of got thrown back in my face of, yes, you're doing this and this and this, which we really appreciate. We just don't think you're ready yet, which is fine and dandy, but I was never really given any actual measurable coaching or feedback to implement to show when I would be ready.
I won't go into details of what that final straw was, but there was one day that it all kind of came to a head, and I grabbed my things and I walked out and I said, I'm gonna need a couple days, we'll see if I come back.
Another big question is why I won't just say the company's name, and honestly, it's because I just don't want to.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure if it is this company's problem, if it is some of their tactics and training. I know when I was a manager, I really actively worked towards having a team where everyone felt comfortable and taken care of. And in the time that I was there, I had 7 different general managers, and there were a couple that I felt extremely safe and secure with, that I learned a lot from, and that I felt like empowered our team. But then there were multiple that were awful.
Awful in the sense of dock people's hours based on performance, would give you unsolicited inappropriate feedback. I also got a couple comments saying that people thought that I was saying I had been fired, and I just wanted to clear up the air. I've never been fired from a job. What I did was I took some vacation time and I go on an actual vacation, But in that time, I also set up some interviews and went through a couple interview processes to find another job as well before I officially put in my notice. I was very respectful with the way I put in my notice and went about that. I had a private meeting with my direct supervisor at the time and had given him my notice and said that I would work my 2 weeks through, and after that I would be out. The rest of the management team that I worked with there, I had worked with for years prior, so I took a week to really try to think about how I was going to tell them. I took them out to dinner and I told them, and then I started telling the rest of my store team the next couple days after that. Leaving the job wasn't hard for me, but leaving my team was. Like I said, in the time I'd worked there, I had formed some really close friendships and relationships. There were people that I had worked with for 5, 6, 7+ years that are still very important to me to this day.
I do not want to comment.
Why?